to my opinion, and to other bishops whom I consulted also, and priests, it is a grave matter to cooperate, to take part in this all fatal industry, because we have to distinguish here 2 points, which is not so much distinguished, unfortunately, also by the Vatican documents, which allow to take these vaccines as morally illicit, because there is not a sufficient distinction of 2 phenomena, namely, the one is the act of murdering a child. This is horrible. This is abortion. We have to say it's murder. Abortion is murder, so of the innocent child. And of course, to take the vaccine, it is a kind of remote connection to the act of the killing of the child. But there is another phenomenon. This is the fetal industry, which are using tissues and organs and cells and cell lines of the murdered children. So connected with the abortion industry. So there are 2 industries, the abortion industry direct and connected with the abortion industry, substantially connected. I stress this. The great everyday growing fetal industry, which is horrible. And so by taking the vaccines, we are not remote. We may be remote to the act of abortion, but we are not remote to this ongoing daily, I say daily, growing fetal industry. Because to produce a medicine, and vaccine is a kind of medicine, it belongs to the sphere, to the of fetal industry. It is a fact. No one can deny this. And this is close to us. And so when I take this in this way, I'm supporting them, of course, not formally, but de facto, and such a close connection, it is immoral, in a grave, horrible crime, which is closer, it is closer than to the act of the abortion. And so, and then it is also immoral not to protest against this horrible industry. It is therefore a gravely omission also. By taking this vaccine, I am committing a grave sin of omission, of protesting against this. And so so there are several aspects which we have to consider in the abortion-tainted medicines, the horrible fetal industry and the lack of protest. And by this is also graved to, by buying and using these products, I am collaborating in an exceptional grievous crime, which you cannot compare, let us say, to the products of slavery work. This you cannot compare, because slavery work is not a murder of an innocent child and a torture of its body and taking out its organs and cells. So the abortion industry and the fetal industry is objectively and substantially more grievous, incomparably, I stress this, incomparably more grievous than slavery work products, let us say, or other examples which are adduced. And then we are living in a very important historical hour where the Christians have to protest uncompromisingly and to the entire world that we will never collaborate with the horrible fatal industry. And when we are at the same time taking these vaccines, our witness is not credible, simply not credible. And we are obliged, to my opinion, by God, we are obliged, we have a duty to give a witness, an uncompromising witness against the fatal industry. Well, this is objectively, to my opinion. But if this is a mortal sin for a concrete person, this is, I cannot say, because this depends, as every sin, on the knowledge of this person. If he had or she had a full knowledge of the grievous character of this product of the fatal industry, knowledge and freedom, if he or she acted with freedom, sufficient freedom. When there is lacking these 2 points, then the moral theology says it's not a mortal sin. So therefore, every case have to be distinguished. And so I cannot say this is automatically a mortal sin. But it's objectively grave to do this, objectively. But concretely applying, we have to examine every case. So this is a case of the confession, to examine of the conscience before God.